Today's episode is brought to you by DNA Sports Training. If you or someone you know wants to take their game to the next level, then hit up DNA Sports Training. Visit DNASportsDenver.com to book a training session. We offer specialized sports training from football to track and field and everything else in between. Whether you're an offensive or defensive lineman wanting to get better off the ball, or you're an athlete wanting to improve your speed and agility, we have something for you over at DNA. Visit DNASportsDenver.com right now and sign up. Yeah.
What's happening, pimpin'?
We're back.
Once again.
How you doing, brother?
Man, I can't complain, bro. How you doing?
I'm doing great. And for those of you who don't know, it's the DNA Sports Podcast. I'm Coach Dom. This is my brother.
Coach Al, what's up?
And we're back again to bring you the latest and greatest with most of the...
This motherfucker thought you were warming up for slow jams.
I know I did.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we are here to bring you that soul train. Bob, Mike, and Leo are in the back waiting to come in.
Or I should have hit him with the, hello, you have reached movie phone.
Hello. Nah, dude, you don't got the voice for it. You ain't got the pipes for that shit, son.
I ain't got the wind pipes.
You ain't got the wind pipes.
What's up, bro? So what's going down?
A little bit of everything, bro. It's fucking been a minute since we actually was talking like just DNA and what we're doing. You know, we just got done doing All Out 2. Shout out to Mario and Icon Boxing for that. That shit was fun.
And it went all out, bro. It was definitely a fun event.
Dude.
Definitely, raised the bar again. And not surprising, but it was a great event. We had a blast. There was great fights, great atmosphere. It was just a great scene all around.
I had a blast, bro. Great scenery. All the liquor around and the food and the fights, and we were stuck in the middle. It felt like a real fucking. I know it's a real show, but it felt like big time show.
Yeah, man.
Right in the city.
It was for sure, and some good fights too. There was a lot of action.
Yep.
We seen some stoppages.
Yes, we did.
A1 came out there, bro, and they did their thing. Shout out to them. They're getting love on our YouTube channel right now. So shout out to them, OG Hastings. Shout out to Icon. Shout out to all the teams that were out there. It was a great, great event, man.
Yeah, dude. And speaking of that, but freaking shout out to A1. They're out in freaking Vegas right now for a big tournament out there, man. So it was fun, bro. Everyone was cool, bro. All the coaches that we got a chance that came by the booth and said what up. All the fighters that we got to interview. Raleigh. Yeah, Raleigh was dope. Mario hooking it up with that big ass bout at the end of the night, and then us being able to get it signed by Raleigh, man, that was pretty cool too, bro. So lot to be excited about, lot to be proud about, man. It was fun, dude. I had a blast, and I look forward to doing something like that again. I know we've been talking about some things that we'll keep under wraps right now, but it's I've enjoyed streaming, bro. I've enjoyed doing that. It's really fun.
Yeah, man, I almost wish there was a little bit more of it, you know what I mean? And like you said, there's some things in the works, some things in talks right now, and hopefully everything plays out the way it's supposed to play out. But, it has been a blast, bro, a little bit of change of pace from coaching the sports to calling the sports a little bit more and doing some commentating. And it's cool to see somebody else's hard work and everything, transpire in front of your eyes.
Yeah. And you talk about coaching and stuff. Our little guys, man, we it happened fast. Shout out to the Wolfpack.
Don't look now. 3rd grade.
But dude, we're last game of the regular season. Control our destiny to make the playoffs and to do our thing. Hopefully, hopefully we can go far in that and make some tough decisions later on down the road on who we want to have to lean on.
Yeah, that's for sure, bro. And yeah, you said it. It's been great. We went. We lost our first 2 games, but closely contested games.
Yeah.
We were still getting into our rhythm. Needless to say, we should have won at least one of those games for sure.
Yeah, we definitely didn't get our asses handed to us at no point. We hung in with both of them teams, and I take responsibility for that one, bro.
No, it happens. We'll take it on the chin. We'll move on. But ever since then, we've been rolling, and we got momentum. We have one more week before the playoffs. Looks like if we do what we expect to do tomorrow, we should be finishing at like a number 2 seed going into the playoffs. So, I plan to ride that momentum all the way through.
Well, and I can speak for what I feel, bro, because I feel like offensively we found our groove finally. We kind of found some things that work for us. I'm excited to some of the stuff that we installed this week.
Yeah.
I'm excited to get to calling that and get to messing with that because I know that has some potential for us to be real explosive and to do some things that we haven't done. So it's fun, man. This is the time of year that you hope to get to and you hope to make it to, and to be able to get here and have our own destiny in our hands. You really can't ask for more than that. And we'll see. Sometimes you just got to go play the games and let the chips fall where they do. So
yeah, for sure. And you know what, bro? It's honestly like even in times where we don't look as crisp as we like it, right? Because we're perfectionists. We're throwing a lot at these kids, and they're very young, but they're very advanced.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And football terminology.
I have to think about that all the time.
Like, we're asking them to do a whole lot that, let's face it, there's some kids going into freshman year who don't know what our kids know.
That's true.
When it comes down to it, bro, like wins and losses, yeah, that's all great. That's all fine and dandy. Everybody else can fight for bragging rights as who's the best team in the state. I don't give a shit about that. I want to develop the best athletes in the state.
That's it.
And that's it, bro. And I don't care to win trophies or nothing like that. I want to build good football players and young men so that way when they go to high school, they're a great example for their teammates.
Get them to where they need to be, man. And that's our job, bro. We're not getting them any college scholarships or offers or any of that crap right now. They're so young. That's not the deal. So I agree with you, bro. It feels good to win, though.
Yeah, and don't get it wrong, that's always the expectation,
yeah,
right?
Absolutely.
Never have you heard me say, like, anything less than winning is acceptable.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, we're definitely not here to do anything but win.
Right.
But at the same time, bro, like, I'm not hanging my coach's whistle up because I don't win a youth championship.
Yeah, you're right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, and there's a lot of people that act like they're playing the games.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, they lose their mind about it, and it's just unfortunate for, it's unfortunate for the kids that are playing to have to kind of take back seat sometimes to actions of grown people, grown folks.
Yeah, for sure. And, with not only our football's getting exciting, there's a bunch of exciting football going on.
Yeah.
All around, not only locally, but
high school's getting into the playoffs.
High school's getting to that time of the year too, bro.
Yeah.
So, we have a real big game going down tonight with two top teams in the nation. You got number 1 Mater Dei versus number 9 St. John Bosco.
Bro, they said tickets sold out in 6 minutes, dude.
That's ridiculous, bro. It's not surprising.
No, and when you consider the amount of talent that they have on the field for this game, 76 FBS offers. So they got 76 kids on the squad. So I think 40 on Mater Dei, 36 on St. John Bosco that all have FBS offers.
That's crazy. What state do you think, and this is kind of a curveball, and we've done about this though. In the past, though.
Yeah.
But in your opinion, what state do you think is like the state for talent, bro?
Like talent or the love of football?
Or even teams, right? Let's just say talented teams, because some of these kids, let's keep it real, some of these kids go to high school in total different states.
Yeah.
Shout out to fucking Trent Seaborn over there at Thompson in Alabama. He's played football out here for the Junior Buffs, and he's out there now. You know what I mean? Like,
well, I think if in terms of like high school football talent, you'd have to. We've talked about it plenty of times. Florida, Texas, California, maybe Ohio, Pennsylvania. Them teams they produce talent. Michigan produces a lot of talent. But I'd say the big three, Texas, Florida, and California, man, they probably produce some of the most talent. There's no excuse or no mistake in why teams recruit them states so heavily too.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Hey, man, I'm excited to see, what that game, kind of entails. Last year, I think Mater Dei beat them early, and then they lost to them in state. Mm-hmm. So, it's interesting because you see some of them names, and we talked about this doing the fights. Like, we don't know who we're watching. We might be watching somebody that one day is great, and we don't know it at the time, but it turns out that's what happens. And it's the same thing with these matchups between like Matter Day and St. John Bosco, or you get Duncanville matching up with a good team, or IMG. You never know who you're watching. You might be watching somebody that one day is going to be very, very great and might be a game changer.
Mm-hmm. No, that's for sure. You know what, man? I really would like to see Creek start to like try to compete with a lot of these other teams a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, I know we've had a couple of games, but I'm just looking down the list, bro, and like
they fall down there pretty far, don't they?
Yeah, it would be nice to see them a little bit higher on this list. Like, I don't see them for a while, and I'm not going to continue to look, but
it just goes to show you, though. I mean, Colorado football, they got some good players, but when it comes to team success and team talent, they're not quite on that level yet.
Yeah, no, because when we went out to Ohio, we played that one team, and it was a decent game, but we were outmatched.
Yeah, yeah. Going back a little bit, man, and talking about the talent, I thought it was cool, man, with boxing, with All Out, seeing some of them young kids in there. And, we kind of talked about it. We don't know who's going to be what, but, like, you got the David Shaviras, you got, Isas of the events, where they flash. And you're like, yo, these kids might, if they get the chance or if they decide to go.
Same with, like, little Mike, MCF. And,
yep.
All these kids, all these kids that have not only the talent, but the persona with them, too, the confidence in their ability, I know you don't like to see kids always like that, and kids are like, oh, they're cocky. People think they're cocky, but
yeah,
sometimes in sports and in certain sports, you have to carry a certain confidence about yourself.
Well, and you said certain sports, and I definitely know you're talking for sure boxing, because
you can't go in there like a. You have to go in there like an alpha, bro. You
gotta
can't
believe.
go in there like you're gonna lose. You gotta be that dude.
And you can be a quiet alpha.
You can,
but I think you have a little fun with it, and I think boxing's the exception, because that's kind of, for the longest time, that's kind of been boxing, is the showmanship, and that's how you get views and people to watch and so much, and you want to get noticed and recognition, and that's the way to get it.
Yeah, and it was it was really cool too, is like even some of the kids in defeat.
Yeah.
Some of the kids in defeat, some of the boxers that were there in defeat, some of the older guys, like, they were still classy, bro. Like, I didn't really see too many people crying about what happened. There were some.
Even the controversy. I was going to say
there was some controversy.
Wouldn't have been boxing without controversy.
But even them guys still held their heads, you know what I mean? Like, and didn't like make it about them necessarily. You know what I mean? Like, and that shout out to, the other Chavarria brother. Like,
Jonathan. Yep.
Jonathan Chavarria. He had a very controversial match.
Yep.
And his brother won, and he didn't really make it about me in my match. He was just giving love to his brother, and that's cool to see. You know what I mean?
And we got a chance to talk to him a little bit off air, and we recorded that, and maybe I'll put it out. I didn't want to like put anything negative on him, because you know what, he did a dang good job of being humble and accepting the circumstances of his defeat, and saying, you know what, I put it on my own back to go back to the drawing board and be better next time. And so I didn't want to put out the interview and have it look like, he didn't say anything that made it look like he was sour. But sometimes people can be like, oh, you're doing an interview about losing. Like, no, man, like, he was just speaking his truth, and saying he's gonna get better, and his brother, and rooting his brother on. And so they've got an event coming up in November. I'm excited to see what they do, and hopefully they have a good turnout for their thing. Shout out to OG Hastings.
Yeah, man, they be putting in the work. Great gym, a great supporting staff too. Like, you know what I mean? Not just the coaches, but just the parents and the viewers online, the viewers that were in person. Like,
I got to give a shout out real quick, bro.
To moms?
I got to give a shout out. Well, shout out to moms, but I got to give a shout out a little Noah Aguero and Aiden Martinez, bro. Yeah. Them little G's were cool, bro. And even in defeat, they were just happy, bro. And they were passionate about boxing and about chasing your dreams and stuff like that, dude. As little guys, dude, little 9 and 10-year-olds, dude. So I thought that was real cool. Give them little guys a special shout out for sure.
How about all the positive messages from the youngsters? You know what I mean? Like little Jacob, got up there and said, I just want to tell everybody out there, if there's something in life that you want to do it, you can do it as
Yep.
long as you work for it.
Yep.
What a great message from a kid who is still so young.
And still working for it.
Yeah, bro, that just, you have to want nothing but great things for a kid like that. Even, like the percentage of kids really making it professional in the sport that they play as a kid is very slim to
Yep,
none.
yep.
But when you hear a kid like put in the hard work and say things like that, bro, you can't do nothing but hope for nothing but success for them.
Yeah, man, for sure. And if you guys haven't had a chance to, make sure you hit up our YouTube channel, DNA Sports Training, DNA Sports Denver. You go check out if you want, watch the fight. I mean, we did almost 9 hours of streaming.
Yeah.
There was 25 fights, 26 scheduled, 25 actually went down. Great interviews. We got to interview Raleigh Romero, the 140-pound super lightweight champion. Great dude, humble dude, loved coming out there for the kids. So if you haven't, man, go check out the YouTube. Numbers are flying on that, bro. We're about 2,000 views for the actual fight itself, all 8 hours of the stream.
Yeah,
and then them shorts I made, man, they're going viral.
That's what I was just about to say. And if you don't got the time right now to check out the whole fight, check out the shorts, and it'll just tell you why you should go watch the whole event.
Fabian Kovos with that mean
body
knockout,
shot.
bro. That
Ooh,
body
boy.
shot was fire, dude. Folded my man like a chair, and he was humble about it too, bro. He was up there afterwards showing old boy where he showed that opening for it and was coaching him up. I thought that was very cool.
And then it was cool to hear him break it down, bro, because
Yeah.
I watched him telegraph it. So like to get him,
Hell yeah!
on
Shout
the
out
side
CU, just scored a touchdown. My bad.
and really talk about like how he was waiting for it. He was kind of eating some of those punches, waiting his turn, and bam.
Yeah, dude.
And bro, it was just
Call of the night, might I say too. That was a fantastic call by you, bro.
right on, bro. Sometimes they're just you can't help but let your excitement come out through.
Yeah, dude, I thought that was our best call, and you were killing it, man. You were right on the spot, talking about him getting hit with that right, and then
Yeah.
body shot.
Yeah, what a body shot.
Oh man,
Down goes Frazier.
great job, man.
right
Shout
on,
out
right on.
again, Icon Boxing for their event, All Out 2. Definitely was all out. Shout out to all the camps that showed up. It was fun, man. It was very fun.
Yeah, great experience, bro. Like we can say we did that.
Yeah, we did.
And life, you know what I mean? Regardless, like this is just fun for us. Like this, whatever happens with DNA and the podcast, like this is what we enjoy doing.
That's right.
Genuinely, you know what I mean? So like that was like a kid in a candy store, bro. That was a fun time.
It was, dude, and
Right.
I enjoyed the shit out of it, bro.
Yeah, me too.
Moving on, bro. You see, this is something I just threw into the rundown, and since we were talking a little bit about boxing with All Out 2, I thought I would bring this up. DAZN recently released a list of the top 10 boxers from the last 30 years.
Come on, man.
Have you had a chance to look at this list?
I stopped right at the beginning.
And my computer's doing some weird shit, so I can't pull up the list, but you didn't like the top?
No,
What's wrong with the top one?
he's a president.
He's a president.
He ain't a boxer, bro. It's like, nah, shout out to Pacquiao. Pacquiao.
I think he's a senator.
Well, whatever.
There is a difference.
Listen, you can't be number one if you lost to number two.
You're right.
Regardless,
You're
like,
right.
let's call it what it is, bro. Was the
You're
fight?
right.
Was the fight when it should have happened?
No, but I mean, it doesn't
wasn't.
matter. It happened.
It wasn't, but it happened when it happened, and the
Yeah.
results are the
Hey,
results.
you won't get me to argue with that, bro, because I was a big Mayweather fan, and I'm a big Mayweather fan, so you won't get me to argue with that at all. I disagree with who's number one, but it's not who you have down as number one. Who I think is number one, though, or not? Excuse me, not who they have down as number one. Is who I think. I honestly would have Roy Jones Jr. on the top of that list because during his prime, bro, there was no one more unbeatable. And he lost. He initially only lost by DQ to Montel Griffin after knocking him out, but accidentally hitting him a little too late after he's already going down. But Roy Jones Jr. was a beast, bro. Beat James Toney, beat Bernard Hopkins. Just in his prime, heavyweight champion.
Yeah, and dominantly, honestly, like he barely lost a round to Bernard Hopkins.
Yeah,
Like he was a dog, bro. Like there was a lot of dogs. Let's think of in our era
Yeah.
of boxing. Like let's not not talk about Oscar De La Hoya too.
Yep.
Like, I wouldn't say he's the best boxer of all time, but he
had a good run.
He's given a lot of these dudes who are you call the best. He's given them fights.
Yep.
And he's beaten a lot of those dudes. So
Dazen has Bernard Hopkins, number 4. Pernell Whitaker, who famously lost to De La Hoya, but without some controversy. It was very controversial because a lot of people felt Sweet Pea won that fight. They have De La Hoya at 6, Felix Trinidad at 7, Lennox Lewis at 8, Evander Holyfield at 9, and Canelo Alvarez at 10. I think Canelo's good, bro. Again, I don't know that he's top 10 in the last 30 years good. Not when you have people like Evander and Lennox Lewis that dominated the heavyweight division for a long, long time. Iron Mike's not in there.
yeah, well, that's what I was gonna
Riddick
ask.
Bowe.
I was gonna ask about number 8 and 9. Are they two of the most underrated boxers? Lennox Lewis and Evander Holyfield?
I think so, but they're also just subject to their weight class. Whereas it seems like there was so many exciting fights in that De La Hoya, Whitaker, Roy Jones, kind of niche of the weight classes, that super middleweight, that welterweight. It's and heavyweight, even in that heyday, I'm trying to convince myself, but no, I think they are. I think they are because but compared to other heavyweights, I don't think they are underrated. Because
you got to talk about like guys who beat guys who were unstoppable at one point, right? Guys who beat guys like Mike Tyson.
yeah,
Both these guys beat a guy who was knocking shit out. You talk about Roy Jones.
yeah.
Tyson was ending people.
And I think Evander lost to Michael Moore. Mm-hmm. Michael Moore had a nice little run. Definitely not a top 10. George Foreman. He was big in the 70s and left boxing. Came back years later only to reclaim the heavyweight title in his late 40s. Honorable mention at least. You know what I mean? Because even in his 40s, he was better than a lot of fighters. About Tommy, remember Tommy Morrison?
Yeah, I do. But I forgot just now again. But you know what I was
so fucking stupid. You're a dick, dude.
You know who is not on this list?
Who?
It's damn right shame.
Who?
Muhammad
Cares.
Ali.
It's the last 30 years though.
Oh, last 30 years.
Yeah, it's the last 30 years. So you got to read that headline, my dude.
Where the fuck is Jake Paul?
Fucking on the outside looking in where he belongs, bro.
Oh, come on, bro. That fool just beat a Diaz.
In boxing, not MMA.
Hey, speaking of the Paul brothers, another curveball. Did you see the weigh-ins?
You see that motherfucker get hit with a microphone?
Yeah.
Good.
Pause.
Fuck him.
Now, there's a lot of good fighters on here, bro, but for me, Mayweather's number one.
Yeah, man.
Mayweather.
He has a lot of reason to stake claim to that.
Yeah, and Roy Jones would be up there for me if he wouldn't have, maybe you're trying to do something, so I'm not going to ruin your little mojo right now.
No, I think what happened was he fucking stood. He went to heavyweight, won that heavyweight title, and then tried to come back down. And for whatever reason, when he came back down, he didn't have it no more.
Nah,
and
you're wrong.
What?
You're wrong.
What?
I'm gonna tell you where he messed up.
Where'd I mess up at?
You just must not be remembering.
I don't. I must be misremembering.
Like, it's a perfect segue and everything. You must have.
Y'all must have forgot. You're stupid.
Yeah. No,
and I wrote it into my shit too.
I know, and I was like, I'm not gonna steal this fool's thunder because
it's all good.
line.
It's all good.
But he messed up when he tried to become a rapper, bro. He must have forgot what he was good at.
Wow, he got bored for sure.
Yeah, because he was ending
quick.
But nah. bad song. But Oscar De La Hoya should be up here a little bit higher, probably. They don't have guys like
De La Hoya is fine where he's at. He should be lower, to be honest with you.
Nah, they don't got guys.
Bro, there's fucking hot take. There is no more overrated boxer in boxing history than Oscar fucking De La Hoya.
You're just mad.
Oscar, let me wear my wife's lingerie, De La Hoya.
Hey, I'm not gonna argue with that. Like, that is some weird shit,
dude.
But call it what you want it. call it, but there's a lot of boxers who got beat up by a dude who wears panties.
Yeah, I suppose. But he's also won. He's won more controversial fights than not too. You know what I'm saying? Like, the fight I mentioned earlier against Whitaker when he was first coming up, that kind of was his springboard. Should have never been a victory for him. Whitaker won that fight, man, right down the fucking middle. He fought an old and aged Julio Cesar Chavez that helped him gain more notoriety. He didn't beat Floyd. He couldn't beat Shane Mosley. You know what I'm saying? Like, speak of a boxer that should be on this fucking list, who has an argument just as well as De La Hoya.
No.
Shane Mosley.
No.
What about Miguel Cotto?
No.
Come
Mosley
on. The last 30 years?
No.
Oh, come on, son.
Come on.
Come on.
Son.
So
Cotto lost to more than two.
So let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. If they don't deserve to be on this list, why the fuck? Hold on. If they don't belong on this list, if he don't belong on this list, why does Pacquiao deserve to be number one? Because then you're suggesting he ain't beat no greats.
No, I don't think he deserves to be number one. Didn't you hear how?
No, I'm saying he's on the list, but if he wouldn't be on that list if they wouldn't consider them guys.
Pacquiao was a good fighter, but I wouldn't put him at number one. I would probably put him like at number 6.
Damn, 6, huh?
5 or 6.
He does have a lot of accomplishments, though. I think he's like 5 different weight class champions.
No, he's a beast, bro. Like Pacquiao was one of my favorite fighters, but like to say he's like one of the best in the past 30, like.
I mean, I'm not saying he's not top 10, bro. I just don't think he's number one.
I mean, I guess you don't see a lot of heavyweights on here either because heavyweight class has been like extinct for so long.
It's been garbage, son.
Yeah, they don't have Butterbean on here.
There you go. Hey, listen. Now there you go. Now you coming with some real shit. Now you mean that, or you just bullshitting?
I'm bullshitting, and you know this, man.
Man, Butterbean was good, bro. You can't hate on Butterbean.
Was a butterball.
They just want nobody that could fight him,
bro. Because they were afraid they were gonna fucking send him into cardiac arrest.
You're stupid. Buffs are playing now.
Buffs are playing now.
Up 7-0.
You just gave away a touchdown. Spoiler alert.
Who did?
You did.
Man, this is going up after the fact. The game's gonna be over by. We're not live streaming, dickhead.
Yeah, duh. I get some time. I'm live all the time, baby.
But they're up, man. We didn't. We haven't talked about them much over the last few weeks. We've been doing other things.
Yeah, we've been haven't talked football really.
No, man. But they had a couple of bad losses. Got their ass kicked by Oregon in Oregon, which was kind of set up to be that way. Mm-hmm. Excuse me. They were getting their ass kicked by USC, and then had a comeback for the ages, fall just short.
Still lost.
2
losses.
And then they got back on the right track against Arizona State with the victory.
And they got their boy back.
There's more. Right? They did get their boy back.
They got their boy back, and now hopefully that was just the little bit of momentum they needed to kind of ride this win streak into a few more.
I'm excited, dude. They're 2 wins away from freaking being bowl eligible, which coming into the season, we're going to talk a little NFL parlays and betting later on, just a little bit what we thinking. But coming into the season, they were only at a 3.5 for their win total as an over-under, and they've already surpassed that. They got their first Pac-12 victory in like 12 games, or in 8 games. They were at an 8-game Pac-12 losing streak, and they're 2 games away from being bowl eligible. They're favored against Stanford tonight, whom they're playing right now, and they should be favored against Arizona at least. Do you think they get bowl eligible?
I do. I think if we keep going to, I mean to go back and pull up what we guessed, but I'm pretty sure like I'm on course for being.
Of course you are. You're Domstradamus. You're Domstradamus.
Don't roll your eyes when you say
You're
that.
You're Domstradamus.
Put some respect on my name.
38-35 Super Bowl after trailing at halftime. Do we have to go back to the podcast?
We don't. We have to go back to the one where I said CU is going to do exactly what they've done.
Okay.
Up to this point, and I do think they're still going
you've
to
done
get a few more wins.
How much is a few?
Well, a few technically is 3, but I'm saying at least 2 more wins.
At least 2 more. So they're going to get a couple more wins.
No, I still think.
Damn, look at that on the TV, boy. They grilling it up out. Where was that when we went out there?
It was there. We were just weren't invited.
Yeah, we went up to that. We went up to that freaking buffet line though.
Yeah, we
You
was
tell
in
me
the
it wasn't
buffet,
there.
Boy, look at that little buffalo.
Yo,
A moose snuggle.
did you see? Since we're talking about.
Hold up. Before you even say anything, you had a little line in here that we kind of just did a little skip over that I want to go back to because I like to stir the pot.
Okay.
You were like, wouldn't be boxing without a little bit of controversy.
Oh, we
What
going
you-
way back.
What you talk about, Willis? Like, what are you alluding to when you say controversy?
I was talking about the controversial endings to a couple of fights. The aforementioned Jonathan Shavira.
Okay.
Who did he fight? He fought our boy Christian Montez. There, a lot. We thought that Shavira did enough to win the fight. It was a close fight. I went back and watched the fight again.
Did you still agree?
I
Because I
think I can see why the officials went with Montez. It was a lot closer than I had initially thought it was.
I'm gonna keep it real right now and eat a little crow. Like, I think he did enough to win.
Okay.
I don't think it's much of a controversy as I thought before.
That fight after was controversial.
Like, I think Chavaria still did enough to also win the fight.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I think they both did enough to win the fight, but I can see
Kind of
why-
just who's watching, who's seeing, right?
Yeah, who's watching the fight, who's judging, you know what I mean? Like, and like he was kind of, that longer length sometimes looks like I'm controlling this fight. I'm controlling the pace. You know what I mean? Even though you're getting yours off,
Right.
this looks like it's my fight.
Well, the other
And
fight
that's what it looked like a little bit on the on tape after I watched it back. But I don't know. I don't know.
the other fight that there was a controversy, it was the one right after that fight, which was the Alessandro Martinez and Dominic Duran fight.
That was well.
And we thought Alessandro took the victory.
That was well.
And it went down to Duran. And so, which set up perfectly for Issa because Issa had
Ended
suffered
it.
some controversy previously, and he finished that fight.
Shout out to him. Shout out to his whole camp. Shout out to his supporting staff, bro. Like he brought the show a little bit, kind of like low key from the very beginning, right? We get there, we're setting up. He's like, "What's up?
Yeah,
I'm gonna end it tonight."
he knew too. He knew.
end
He
it.
knew. He knew what we were doing. He knew exactly who we were.
Yeah.
He knew what we were about, and he knew what was up. He knew we thought he won last time, and he let us know about it. And then can I keep it real?
Yeah.
And this is no knock on nobody, no slight on anybody. But A1 had a legitimate beef to be considered team of the night.
And that's the controversy I thought she was alluding to.
Oh no,
So
man!
that's what I was
Because
trying to get to. But no, I get it, right?
they
Because
both was legit. They both had legit.
Well, I get it. At first, we're like, we both, right? We're like, A1's a team.
Yeah.
Like at this, there's no way you can't give.
And Icon was very sneakily,
the team
right
trophy.
there.
But when you talk about win percentage and you start to break down win percentage,
Yeah.
it truly is, right? You sometimes if you have more fights on the card,
Yeah.
it's gonna hurt you if you don't win all those fights.
Yeah.
Because your win percentage is gonna be different
Yeah.
than somebody who has less fights and still loses the same amount.
Yeah.
Like, so, that was what the case was. Like, they both deserved to take a trophy home that night.
Well, and shout out to A1 because they had the fighter of the night.
Yeah.
Which
that-
we thought again, that Shavria Yaldirim fight. Definitely Shavria could have took
Well-
another fighter of the night, and then Fabian Cabos with the knockout,
Yeah.
bro. Like, and the actual finish.
But when you think about, like, dominant,
Yeah.
Issa was dominant.
He was
bro.
dominant. He dominated
He was the
every
fight-
single
like,
minute of that fight.
He was all over that dude.
Yeah,
like a
absolutely.
Diaper on a toddler, bro. Like,
Diaper on the toddler.
He came to put in work. So it was pretty impressive. Shout out to all those kids again. Shout out to Mario and Icon for throwing a beautiful event. Shout out to the whole staff and everything that they did over there. But
Yo, I got to give a shout out to Inkless Laser Tattoo Removal Brand new to the metro area, Inkless is changing the game in tattoo removal. New technologies and ideas allow Inkless to provide amazingly affordable opportunities to folks wanting to move on from tattoo mistakes of the past. Check out their flat fee pricing, which allows for more affordable alternatives to traditional sales tactics. Inkless was founded by native Coloradans with over 75 years of combined laser tattoo removal and medical aesthetic experience. Their pioneering research and contributions to the LTR industry have significantly paved the way for clients to achieve the most effective treatment-to-treatment results found anywhere in the industry. Yo, they got this flat-free pricing, bro. It breaks down, basically breaking, flat-free pricing or breaking their tattoo down into smaller sections allows for them to make it more affordable. And it'll also immensely improve the development of better treatment-to-treatment results, improve the lymphatic health and efficiency, and will shorten visit times and reduce pain exposure, and it decreases the possibility of having any adverse reaction. Allow them to treat different areas more frequently and allow them to take care of you. Their before and after care is phenomenal. Shout out to them, man. I know it's long-winded, but I had to give them the shout out. Visit Inkless Laser Tattoo Removal. Check that, InklessTattooRemoval.com, or you can visit them at 445 Union Boulevard, Suite 200, or call them at 720-594-8585. Yo, big shout out to them, Dom. But
hey, I have a story before you butt.
Okay.
We went to Mexico, right?
Okay.
Not too long ago, in Mexico, one in Rome,
When in Rome.
We was having a good time putting some back. We went into town a little bit. There's this little tattoo parlor, bro.
Oh, God.
And they're like, my friend, come on in.
Oh, my God.
And I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm going to go up in this spot. I was like, DJ's been bugging me to get his name because I got my daughter's name.
Oh, my God.
I'm going to go get my son's name tatted on me.
And
then guess who I thought about?
Who'd you think about?
I thought about your cousin in Inkless.
Okay.
And I was like, I am not making that mistake. I already have like 4 or 5 jobs for him to remove. So I'm not going to get another.
Going to make that mistake, bro, because for the remainder of October, DNA is going to do a special giveaway.
Oh, tell him about it.
So listen, go to, let me get it up here for y'all can see it on the screen. Go to DNAsportsdenver.com/askDNA. Tell us about your nightmare tattoo experience. Uh-oh. Send us a picture of your nightmare tattoo.
Oh.
We've got 2 $100 gift cards from Inkless Laser. Shout out to Zoe and his team over there for hooking it up.
That's what's up.
We're going to pick 2 lucky winners.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the catch. You need to follow us and Inkless on our socials.
Mm-hmm.
Say what's up, comment on the video on YouTube.
Yeah.
And then we'll pick 2 lucky winners. But you got to go to DNAsportsdenver.com/askDNA. Leave a comment. Tell us about your horrible tattoo experience that you want to get removed. Maybe it's a dude's name. Maybe fools rush in, met this guy or gal, and thought it was love. And then 2 weeks later, you ended up with a burn and a tattoo.
You know what would even be better is if we pick the winners and maybe have them call in on one of our episodes later on.
I'll be with that.
To hear the story. To let them tell us the story.
Listen here, though. You got to go to DNAsportsdenver.com/askDNA and tell us about your nightmare tattoo so that we can get you entered.
But don't forget to go to DNA Sports YouTube.
That's right.
Comment, and subscribe. Go to our socials along with Inkless's and follow all of our social medias.
That's right. That's right. Hey, we'll pick 2 lucky winners. So shout out to Inkless for hooking it up. Shout out to my cousin Zoe, man. I'm proud of you. You guys had a great grand opening on the 9th and 10th. And by all accounts, it was nothing short of phenomenal. So congratulations on the opening. Shout out to you and the team over there at Inkless Laser Tattoo Removal. We're super, super proud of you, man. And it's nothing but love, dude. I'm so excited. I can't wait to see you Sunday.
Hey, guys, don't be bashful. We all make mistakes in life.
That's right.
If you have those mistakes to get corrected, now is the time to get them corrected.
That's right.
Go ahead and hit up DNA Sports Denver and get you them cards.
Get you $100 head start, baby.
Yeah.
Yo, we were just saying, I'm happy to see my cousin on Sunday. We're going to go watch some football. But you want to do some pick 'em this week, man.
Well, I just kind of got a little wild hair. One of the boys hit me up and was like, "You guys should do some parlay pick'ems," and I was like, "Oh, I don't know. Like, we'll see what's up with that, but like, let's just do some pick'ems in general,
Okay.
and some." We could mix it up, do a little bit more, and then let it morph into whatever it turns into.
Okay. I mean, are we going straight up or are we going against the spread? Because the picks I put into here was just straight up. This is what I picked on my pick 'em this week. I do a weekly pick 'em at work.
Yeah, we can go
'Cause I'm a
straight up.
degenerate.
But by the way, you missed another touchdown. You was doing the little thing.
Well, shout out to Colorado. With
Shout
another
out
touch.
to Travis Hunter in
Okay.
Colorado with his touchdown.
And he's back on defense.
Welcome back.
Hell yeah. Welcome back, T Hunt.
Look at those gold headsets.
Those are hard.
Yeah.
Hey, Coach Prime got swag, bro. And I think a lot of the hate comes from his swag, dude. Like,
Hey, their insecurities isn't his problem.
that's
You know what I'm saying? Like, their insecurities is not his problem.
man. But do you think that's what it is?
Yes, bro.
Absolutely, right?
Most people who hate people who are cocky
Yeah.
suck.
This is true. Look at this.
Keep
They
it
got
real.
right now. They got Charles Woodson, Champ Bailey,
Goated.
Chris Campbell, Miles Jack, and Travis Hunter.
Goated.
They're showing the two-way players from the last how long. And where do you think Travis Hunter is going to end up amongst those guys? Because he's already considered amongst one of the best cornerbacks in the nation. When he was healthy as a receiver, he was doing well. I think he was a better cornerback for us than a receiver, but he's got big play potential on both sides of the ball.
I mean, what a class to be in, right?
Yeah,
And those are some big shoes to fill.
big shoes.
So like he still has a lot of work to do before we can even, start to think where we're gonna put him. But I think he's gonna find his mark right within that great class of, ex-athletes.
Man, it's so great to see him. But let's get to these pick'ems, dog. Let's get to the games.
Let's do it.
Let's get to what the viewers wanted, bro.
Let's do it. You want to go game by game, and then we'll just say who got who, or you want to
Yeah,
do
let's-
your picks, and then I'll do my picks.
Let's do that, bro. Let's do that because I'm not even gonna look at my picks because I might just go against my picks because
Go
we're
against
live. We're live and in action right now.
While we're recording, but
Well, according to you, we live.
Yeah. I stay live. All right, we got game one already passed, but I'm guessing we both would have picked the Broncos.
Nah, dude. I picked Kansas City, but
Sorry.
what do you think about that, dude? Like, so now the
This doesn't mean that Miami's better than the Chiefs, if that's what you're trying to get to.
No, listening to Denver radio today, there's some suspicions that they're not giving
Russell Wilson.
Russ the full playbook.
I've been kind of like, I haven't watched a lot of Broncos, just to be first and foremost, like a full game.
Okay.
But the little bit that I have, I've almost felt like this is a different Russell Wilson. Like, why isn't he stretching the field like he normally
Yeah.
does? Like, why isn't he doing like the improvising that we normally see? And I think it's because of, what they're allowing him to do.
Yeah.
So, it looks like a shitty situation, honestly. But honestly, bro, like,
They owe him a lot of money, dude.
honestly, like, I think it's kind of karma.
What do you mean?
Coming around to bite the great coach that's the end all be all, save everything. I'm gonna talk bad about one of my peers, Nathaniel Hackett.
Oh, you thinking they put some bad juju out there? Now it's
No,
coming
not
back
they.
to get him.
Not they.
Why him?
I think Sean Payton, Mr. Netflix himself, put out a lot of bad juju, bro. Like, you're talking about somebody who has no bearing on what you're doing here in Denver.
Yeah.
So just do your job and shut the hell up.
After telling them to shut the fuck up.
Yeah, and you're telling them how good how horrible he did, when in reality it looks like he did better than you so far.
But doesn't a coach have to a certain extent, doesn't a coach have to like talk up his players and talk up his team and be like, yeah, it wasn't them last year. It's not their fault. Their fucking coach last year sucked. It was the biggest debacle of coaching that I've ever seen in my life.
No. You don't have to talk your players up by putting down your peers.
You're right. I'm not saying you're wrong. You're definitely right about that. Like, you can talk your players up and be like, but I think he's one of them dudes, bro, that gets a little loose. You know what I'm saying? And he gets to talking, and then it gets a little bit more talking. Like, maybe he's just talking, oh yeah, Russ and them ain't that bad. You know what I mean? And they did this well and they did this well. You know what? To be honest with you, it was the worst coaching job I've ever seen. You know what I mean? You start going and getting comfortable.
Can I be a little honest?
Yeah, sure.
To me, it looks like he's an asshole. He seems like he's an asshole,
He
bro.
does seem like a dick.
He seems like he's an arrogant fucking asshole.
Like my way or the highway.
Everything that people try to put smut on Prime's name,
Yeah.
sounds like that's who he is, right? He's full of himself. He thinks because Drew Brees won him a Super Bowl, he thinks that he's something special and great. He's a great coach, bro. Like, I'm not here to bash his accolades in the NFL. But what I'm here to do is just say, like, who are you to belittle another man, bro? Like,
That's true.
that shit pisses me off. Like, I don't know.
Well, and you know, when you write checks, you got to make sure you have the cash to back them up.
Exactly.
And he should have known whether or not, by the time he wrote that check, he should have known whether or not he had the cash to back it up.
And Russell Wilson can't go from being one of the guys who kind of changed the position, right? Changed the position, was kind of looking to be a great quarterback in the NFL in Seattle, to this bum.
What do you say about his
And he's
recent
not even a
demise, though,
bum,
dude?
bro.
Like,
He's not even a bum. His numbers,
his game yesterday was bad, though.
it was, but his numbers are up there still.
They didn't really roll him out. A couple times that he did, he's getting balls batted at the line of scrimmage. You know what I mean?
He's
Like,
also 5'2".
yeah, but that's the thing. They're not rolling him out that much. And even when he did yesterday, they try to roll him out on the edge twice. They try to roll him out with some kind of option routes where he can keep the ball and run it, or he can throw it downfield. And dude, the shout out to the Chiefs, because the Chiefs played a great defensive game yesterday, and they had it sniffed out from the get-go. But I just don't feel like they're using him the right way. But I don't know if they're not using him that way because it's them limiting him, or if it's because Russ is limited.
Or do you think that Sean Payton's done a few things unethical in the past,
Well,
and now he might be doing something else that's unethical by putting his quarterback in positions to not win?
to
Right,
just be
as
tanking them or what?
As a job, as a coach, you should be putting your quarterback and your players in the position to win, in the best position where they can be utilized in. And if you have Russell Wilson, why keep him in the pocket?
What are you saying? Are you saying he's tanking it on purpose?
I think he's doing something. I don't think he's allowing Russ to be Russ. In Russ, we trust.
All right, let's go down this list, bro. Let's go down. Let's go down.
No,
this
but
list.
I do think there's something going on. I think Sean Payton's kind of an asshole, to be honest. But I don't know.
He seems like a dick. I ain't gonna lie. He seems like a dick. But
Who you got
for which game?
for the first game in London?
It looks like we got different lists up.
Nope, you got the right one.
Yeah, I know.
You guys in London?
Oh, but
Oh yeah.
So we're not in London.
Never mind.
Baltimore and
Shit.
Tennessee. Did you say who?
I was way like my list was way in the
This
future.
motherfucker.
Back to the future, son.
All right, so Baltimore, Tennessee. They're, as you mentioned, they're in London, and Baltimore is a 4.5-point favorite. Who you got?
I have the Baltimore Ravens.
I'll take Baltimore covering that 4.5 too. I think Tennessee's about to get stomped, son.
I just don't know if I've seen like Tennessee, like the good Tennessee we've seen a few years back. Like, where's that team at? We don't see the mesh, right? They lost.
They don't have a quarterback.
They lost pieces. You know what I
Yep.
mean? Like, so
Although they're still good coached. I mean,
They are.
Vrabel's a great coach, and I like him. I think they're well coached, but it's a different game, bro, and they got to be able to score, and they're not able to score like that. And I think the Ravens have a little bit of a chip. That's an old rivalry that goes back to some playoff days, back in the days of Ray Lewis and Aaron McNair. You know what I mean? It's a rivalry that goes back, and I definitely think the Ravens are going to take this one. What about my dogs? Dolphins hosting the Panthers. Dolphins are 14-point favorites, bro.
I got the Panthers in this one. Say no.
Got them covering or winning the whole damn thing?
Nah, I'm just hating, bro. The Dolphins are gonna take care of business.
You think they cover that 14?
Yeah, I think the Dolphins are gonna be coming off of, I want to get right again. Like, I still don't feel like I'm right from.
They got right against the Giants.
It doesn't feel like it was still right.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, because for me, like, that Buffalo game should have been a little bit more closely
Yeah, they
contested.
got their ass beat.
So, like, they still got to show, like,
Do you-
we're still that same team. Don't fucking count us out just because we beat the Giants doesn't mean nothing. We're gonna.
Do you
beat
think
somebody
Buffalo
else.
ran it up on them?
No.
Because listen, we're talking about karma, right? And we're talking about coaches writing checks that their teams have to cash later on. Miami did put up 70 points on the Broncos when they could have let off.
I think
They were passing with a fucking 30-point lead.
Buffalo?
Miami was.
No, but do you think Buffalo
I think
They tried?
I think they could have slowed that game down a little bit, but they wanted to score, and it might be just a division thing. It might not necessarily be anything that. I just wonder if Mike McDaniels is going to have to cash some checks later on because he put up 70 on the Broncos the way he did.
It's not.
And that's kind of what. But I know. But like they were passing, bro, in the fourth quarter with a big lead. Still,
he has Tua in fantasy.
it wasn't even Tua. It was the backup.
He has him.
Son.
It's like, oh yeah, it's not. I get it, but it's the NFL, bro.
Yeah, it is. Stop him.
Yeah, like it's the NFL. Like, what are we doing here?
Commanders at Falcons. Falcons 2.5-point favorites. Who do you got?
The Falcons to take a commanding lead.
I got. I see what you did there. I got the Falcons also, bro. I think they're going to take that one. Vikings at the Bears. 2 1-4 teams going up against each other. Minnesota the 3-point favorite in this one. Who you got?
The Bears.
The Bears. I picked the Bears too. I believe. I think. Yo, speaking of trade, you see the fantasy trade I just pulled off,
Bro.
I think the Bears are about to get some things figured out. They're not going to win games, but they're going to at least figure a couple things out. Plus, they got the benefit of Carolina going winless, and then they're getting the first pick in the draft anyway from Carolina. So I don't think they're too worried about having to win themselves. I think Carolina's bad enough where the Bears can still get that number one pick.
Well, the thing with the Vikings too is JJ's down.
He is down.
Right, JJ's down,
But-
and Addison's going to step up into that spot. But how is it going to look? Is it going to look the same?
What's the other receiver? Osborne?
Yeah, you got.
So they got
Osborne
two-
still.
they got- still got two solid
they got
receivers.
3 viable options, but the thing is,
And that tight end, Hutchinson.
the thing is like, I just don't know if any of them fill those shoes.
But you know, sometimes when you got like a really dominant receiver and then they go down, sometimes spreading the ball out and giving these other guys some chances, sometimes that stirs something up and you know, can wake up an offense. I'm not saying that they're going to be better without JJ. I think they can be okay for a couple of weeks, depending on how long he's gone. But I don't think it happens in Chicago on Sunday. Seattle at Cincinnati. Seattle 3-1, Cincinnati 2-3. Cincinnati's 3-point favorite. It's usually what they give the home team. What do you got?
I got Geno Smith and the Seahawks going in and taking one. I just don't feel like, for some reason, I am not feeling the Bengals this year, bro. I don't know what it is about them.
Hey.
Like, they feel like the bad news Bengals to me.
Joku's back, bro, and Chase is back, and I think the Bengals are going to run away with this one. I think it's going to be a big victory, maybe a touchdown to 10-point victory. I think it's going to be a dominant matchup by the Bengals.
We'll see. We'll see. Even when he was here, I don't think they were the same Bengals that we were accustomed to.
Hey, San Francisco at Cleveland. 49ers coming into this one 5-0. Cleveland's 2-2. They're coming off their bye week. San Francisco, the 9.5-point favorite at home. Who do you got?
Niners.
You got? Do you think they cover that 9.5?
Yes.
I think
Deshaun's healthy?
no.
Yes.
So I don't think Deshaun's going to play this game. If Deshaun was in there, I would take that 9.5 and cover it. I think the Niners are going to win
So
this
did
one.
the massage therapist.
Stupid.
You like that one?
I think he has a. Never mind. 49ers, though, I agree with you. I think they cover, and I think they win outright. They're just, dude, they're good. And Brock Purdy's doing his thing, bro, and I think that kid's going to be a freaking star.
He sure is pretty.
He is Purdy. That Purdy boy plays Purdy.
Nah, the Niners, bro, they look unbeatable right
Yeah.
now almost. So they're doing their thing.
And they got it everywhere, bro. They got it at the running back, at the wide receiver. They got 2 wide receivers that can play. The defense, we ain't even talked about their defense. They got it on the front level, on the mid level, and on the back end too.
I might already be like putting the cart before the horse, but I can't wait to see them in Philly in the NFC Championship
The second time, and hopefully this time everyone's healthy.
for this time and see what.
Do you think if Purdy's healthy in that game, it's? I think Philly still wins, but I think it's a closer game.
Probably.
Yeah, I definitely think it's close. I think Philly just had something last year, and I think Philly looks just as good.
They do,
Like
bro.
they look just as good. Colts at Jaguars, both teams 3-2, tied atop the AFC South. Jacksonville's a 4.5-point favorite. Who do you got?
I got the Jags. I like what Trevor Lawrence is doing. I think the Colts are going to turn it around soon.
Yeah,
But, I think they were kind of putting their stock in Richardson, and with him,
he sidelined this one too,
yeah,
right?
he's sidelined again.
A few
With him
weeks.
being down for a few is,
But they got the mustache, bro. They got this Minshew time.
yeah,
He can win you a couple games.
yeah, probably, but not this one.
The problem is Jacksonville went home and got right. They went to Europe and got right. For 2 weeks they was out there. They got right. You know, they're 3-2 now. Trevor Lawrence seems to have his shit in order. They're starting to run the ball a little bit better. I would take Jacksonville too, and watch out with them running away with this division. This game,
Etienne is balling too.
Hey, both these teams being 3-2 in this game this early in the season, it can have big impacts later on down the road for the AFC South. Definitely neither. You know, the Colts don't want to get too far behind while being without Richardson, because I think Jacksonville can run away with that division.
Yeah, because the Texans haven't really been doing much either, right?
No, speaking of the Texans, they host the Saints. Saints 3-2. Texans 2-3. New Orleans is a 2-point favorite on the road. Who do you got?
When the Saints come marching in, they're going to win.
Oh, that's right. That's Raiders South, huh?
Nah, but I mean, I'm just gonna keep it real. The Saints are a good football team.
No, they're quietly.
They got a good defense. Bro.
Yeah, they do.
Like
the 7th ranked defense.
And you know what's funny is the Raiders South you mentioned, but
they're better than the Raiders.
No.
Is that what you're trying to say? It's black and gold now, not silver and black?
No, I'm gonna keep it real
okay. My bad.
To actually
Sorry, I'll let you
give a little props to what Jimmy G and them are doing right now.
Sure.
Is everybody used to say, we shouldn't have got rid of Carr because if Carr would have had a top 10 defense, we would be a Super Bowl team, yada, yada, yada. Well, Carr has a top 10 defense. What's happening now?
They're fucking 3-2, boy.
We had the same record than what we did when we had Carr.
They're better than the Raiders this year.
Cool it.
If the Raiders have Carr this year, you think the Raiders are fucking 2-3?
Texans are winning just for that shit. There's only one black and gold team winning this weekend, and that's the Buffs.
Speaking of your Raiders, they're hosting the Patriots. Patriots 1-4, Raiders are 2-3. The McDaniel Bowl. I miss my Belichick Bowl.
You want to hear what's going to happen?
What's going to happen?
We're going to beat the Patriots.
Okay.
Kraft is going to fire Belichick. And he's going to come to Vegas and join with the regime back again, but in the silver and black.
And so what? McDaniels is going to...
No, maybe
he's going to take a back seat.
No, maybe we put Bill Belichick in the office.
Raiders don't got the money to sign Belichick's ass, boy.
We're in Vegas.
Man, they ain't got the money.
Forget about it.
They ain't got the cash flow, my brother.
We'll just go hit up one of the hotel owners and we'll have it real quick.
Arizona, all right. Stanford just missed a field goal. Arizona at Los Angeles Rams. Rams are 7-point favorite. Who you going with?
I'm going with the Rams.
Take the Rams too. I think they're gonna beat the shit out of the Cardinals.
Yeah, there's some easy games. I think the rest of them are pretty.
Jets, Eagles at Jets.
Eagles
6.5-point favorites. I think they cover.
Bills.
Lions at Buccaneers, bro.
Oh,
sorry.
I skipped over that one.
Lions at Buccaneers. Ooh. Detroit's a 3-point favorite.
Ooh, this one's an interesting one.
This is my upset alert.
This is an interesting one. Look at Andrew Luck there.
This is my upset alert, dog.
Holy motherfucker.
I think the Buccaneers, not only do they win the game, they cover the 3 points, but they win the game outright, bro. I think, Detroit's in the favorite by 3, but I think the Buccaneers shock Detroit and win this game.
I wouldn't argue with you too much on that one. I can see that happening at home.
Yep.
I do think Detroit is the better team.
I agree,
but I can see them losing to the Bucs at home. The only reason why I think they're still going to win this one, though, is because it's an afternoon game. So they're going to be able to wake up, get their day and their wits about them. If it was early in the morning, I think they'd have some struggles. But right now, they're going to be good.
I think they're going to win this game because Tampa's coming off the bye. They had an extra week to prep for Detroit and kind of figure out Goff and that offense. Mm-hmm. And ultimately, I think Tampa wins, man. I think Detroit gives it a go, but I think Tampa wins. Sunday night game, the Giants at Buffalo. Buffalo's 3-2. The Giants look like the worst team in football next to the Broncos. Who do you got?
I got the Bills.
Bills.
And now my upset.
Okay, what's your upset?
Surprising. Monday Night Football.
Okay.
Chargers over Cowboys.
Dallas is a 2-point favorite on the road. You got the Chargers the Chargers beating Dallas, do you?
Yeah, I think Dallas needs to bounce back, but I don't see Dallas bouncing back and beating the Chargers at home. If it was on the road, then I think they take care of it. Even though I want Dallas to win, I think Chargers going to still win by a field goal.
I think the real Cowboys may be exposed right now.
Okay.
And I think it goes bad when they stop having confidence in you. And I'm wondering if, as an organization, the organization is starting to slip with their confidence in Dak Prescott. And once their confidence in him goes, his confidence in him is going to go. And, you know, you got Trey Lance sitting there.
But
yeah, I'm not saying that they're going to go to Trey Lance over Dak.
Do they still have Cooper Rush?
They do have Cooper Rush.
I'd go him over both.
Well, probably. I forget about him, but I'm just saying, like, you could move on from Dak. You got Trey Lance as your future. You can have Cooper warm the seat until Trey Lance is ready. I don't know, man. Like, it looked bad against San Francisco. Yeah. Like, bad. And I don't know if Dallas stood in California or if they came back and they're flying back out there. But they were just out there in California. Now they got to go back and play the Chargers. The one thing that's in their favor is that stadium will probably be full of Cowboys fans. Let's be real. Chargers ain't selling shit as far as the stadium goes.
Nah.
They are not selling out anything. So that might be their saving grace. But I agree with you. I got the Chargers winning that one. And any special parlays you thinking? Or
I was just thinking that the Cowboys and Chargers honestly could be high scoring.
You gonna bet the over?
It could be high scoring.
Over 50. Over under 51.
Over under is 51. I was gonna ask what you were gonna go. I think they go over.
You think so? I think so too. I think barely over. You know, I think the Chargers can score some points. You know, that defense for the Cowboys is different without Diggs.
Yeah, they still scored without him, though, but I think it's going to be like 24, 21, maybe even 20.
Well, 24, 21 doesn't go over, bro.
I mean, I'm sorry, 34.
21?
No.
34, 31?
No, I forgot. Because I said I said they were going to win by a field goal earlier.
Oh, 34, 31.
No, I got to keep it true. That doesn't feel right to me.
Okay, then 31, 28.
No, that doesn't feel.
34, 31?
No, that doesn't feel right. It'll come to me.
24, 27, that hits 51 right on the button.
No, they're going to be over to 51.
All right. Wow.
They're going to be.
This motherfucker. What's the over under that you actually get this shit?
42.
Jesus.
High scoring.
You think it's going to be like that?
Defense for the Cowboys scores 2 touchdowns.
I don't think if the Cowboys defense scores 2 touchdowns, they're going to win the fucking game.
They are not.
I'm just saying. Anywho, Dom.
What's up?
It's horror season. Not horror season. Horror season.
Mm-hmm.
With it being Friday the 13th, side note, we didn't even talk about this. What's your thoughts on Friday the 13th, bro? Are you the type that want to stay inside and stay away from shit, or you don't care about it? You're not superstitious about it. What are your thoughts on Friday the 13th?
Very superstitious. The writing's on the wall. No, bro, I am not superstitious. Like, it's just another day. I think in my life I'm probably about 50-50, maybe 60-40 for bad to good shit that's happened on Friday the 13th.
Okay.
But I'm not very superstitious when it comes to that. I do like it, though. I honestly think that Halloween shouldn't be the 31st. It should be Friday the 13th.
Yeah, but it only happens in October once every so often.
That's the only time that we need Halloween.
It's just the one time every so often?
Yeah.
You're a dick. Your kids love Halloween.
No, they don't.
I bet they do.
They really don't.
I bet they do.
DJ doesn't want to do nothing.
DJ doesn't want to do nothing with you.
No, bro. I'm telling you. He doesn't like Halloween.
So, with Halloween just being a few weeks away, bro, what do you consider
scary?
The scariest horror movies of all time?
Debbie Does Dallas. Oh, you said horror.
Horror, not horror movies, you imbecile.
Whoa, she was a nice young lady now. Honestly, bro, for me, the scariest movies are always the ones that involve kids. I don't know why, but whenever a kid is possessed, shout out to the Buffs, got another touchdown.
Hell yeah.
They're running it up tonight.
Let's run it up, baby.
They should, though.
Let's do it. One more step, boy, eligibility, boy.
But the thing is, bro, is like they're always scary. So I think about like the first Insidious was kind of scary.
Yup. What about Pet Sematary?
They got a new one. Have you checked it out?
No, I haven't. Oh, like they just ran the fucking fake and got the 2-point conversion.
Insidious was scary. Like the Pet Cemeteries back in the day. The Children of the Corn used to be scary to me.
Malachi, bro.
Yeah, like back in the day.
My son's name too.
But the scariest movie of all time. Damn, that's tough because I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of a puss when it comes to
Let me ask you a question. Do you consider the Purge movies as like Halloween movies?
No,
Do you think they're scary?
no,
You don't think so?
no. They're suspenseful.
I think that shit's wild, bro. Because I think when I see scary movies, bro, I think the ones that are scarier to me, or when I see movies, the movies that are scarier to me are the
could
ones
really
that can be
happen.
real, bro. That can be some shit that
But
goes
that
down.
can't be.
You don't think the purge can happen?
I mean,
I'm not
in
necessarily.
all of your conspiracy theorist heads, yes, but no, it's
Dude,
never gonna happen, bro.
Not in the way they say.
It's not gonna happen how it's
Right. I'm not saying it's going to be the same exact way as they say it in the movie, but you act like some motherfuckers can't just come through some neighborhoods, start causing all kinds of ruckus, and really start fucking some havoc, bro.
Yeah, but that's no longer fucking The Purge. That's now Strangers, right? Wasn't that the movie where they come to your crib and they just start killing shit?
I don't even remember.
That was
Maybe.
Strangers. That one was kind of cuckoo because I agree with you. Like, fools just show up at your crib and all of a sudden they're robbing you and trying to put you in your safe. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
Pop that thing, boy.
What about you? You didn't say yours, though.
Well, I was going to get to mine, bro. I was just asking you the purge because them shit's kind of freaky to me, bro. Like, it's some real shit scenarios that can happen and it's not too far fetched.
Do you consider Jaws?
Nah, bro. I think Jaws is just motherfuckers that don't like swimming.
That's me.
But hey, there's something to be said about being on some dark water and not knowing what's underneath you, though. You know what I mean? We went on some paddle boats up at Grand Lake one time, bro, and that water is dark,
Yeah, I don't like it.
cold and dark, and you're just like, fuck, dude, there might be something underneath here. I saw a meme today where it was like the most irrational thought as a kid, and it's like a kid in the deep end, and there's a shark in the deep end. I don't know. I love the Conjuring series, bro. I thought the Conjuring series is dope. The old Exorcist movie used to scare the shit out of me. Do you remember Puppet Masters? That one was a little scary. I love the Halloween series.
What about The Ring?
The Ring was when it first came out.
It was kind of scary.
Yo, The Ring was it, bro.
Were you like a Blair Witch Project kind of dude?
Nah, I thought that movie was fucking stupid.
Yeah.
I thought
kinda
it was
like-
dumb. I was like, what's the bitch keeps shaking the camera? I'm gonna shake her.
That was like somebody's first attempt at making it big, like the YouTubers now.
Yeah,
You
for
know what I
sure.
mean? Like-
for sure. What about Friday the 13th? You ever fuck with those?
I do.
I like Jason Takes on Manhattan when he punches the dude's head off.
The only thing, this is another reason why I don't like horror movies, and kind of what you said, the fakeness of them, like the unreal, like this dude's gonna catch me. I'm running a 4.40, and he's walking, and this fool's catching me, dog. Like, what?
Well, there's a difference between like 70s and 80s horror flicks versus like 2000s. You know, the more modern ones, dude. There's more like that flash gore, bro, that fucking scares you. Whereas like it's just some stupid shit.
You
dude.
know, it's also the problem with scary movies nowadays.
What?
Is they don't have the random titty like the old school movies do. Like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, where she just flashes them. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't got those random titty shots in the horror movies no more. It's just all fake ass killings,
Just
bro.
be random sex going on for no reason. Like
you know, someone getting it in, and then all of a sudden Jason comes popping through the glass and
ruins it.
and
Doesn't
ends
even get
it.
to finish.
Yeah.
Doesn't even get to finish. What about you know what used to scare me as a kid was Nightmare on Elm Street, just because man, I used to be afraid to go to sleep sometimes after watching those.
Freddy was always the scariest.
Bro, attacking you in your sleep.
Yeah.
That's the scary
You
shit
know
right
what else
there.
used to be scary back in the day is Candyman to me.
Yo, Candyman had to run.
Candyman was like Candyman. I remember. I used to be a little.
You ever play Bloody Mary as a kid?
Yeah.
Fucking go in the bathroom and say that shit 3 times and wait for that bitch to scratch you.
All kinds of different shit.
So
Ouija
fake,
board,
bro.
Light as a feather, stiff as a board.
Me and Mario one time, boy. I don't even know. Fuck it. We played at the Ouija board in my backyard one time, dude. That shit.
Oh, I remember. You guys told me the story off.
I had some wild ass dreams that night after that, boy. That shit was weird, dude. But Rotten Tomatoes put out a list. I'll read the list real quick. Should I go backwards or forward?
Winnie the Pooh should be the worst one ever.
Starting from the back, they had the brand new It from 2017 at 10, Insidious at number 9, Sinister at number 8, Halloween from 1978. The original Halloween was number 7. The Ring was number 6. So you mentioned The Ring. Definitely got some notoriety. The original Texas Chainsaw Massacre from
Titties.
74.
I told you those titties, bro.
The Shining it was number 4.
Shout out to the Stanley Hotel.
The Conjuring was number 3. Hereditary was number
even know if I've
2.
seen that.
And The Exorcist was number 1 according to Rotten Tomatoes. Yo, Exorcist was fucking scary, bro.
Hey, did I ever? So, I'll get a little story for you. So one time, right? You know, shout out to my brother-in-law Frank Dardano. Shout out to my mother-in-law too. I love you to death. But This is going live right now. We're about to come viral. So one time, right, he hits me with the line, "Your mother sucks cock and how?" and I just nonchalantly say, "Yeah, well, your mother sucks cock here on Earth." Ended the conversation right there. Mic drop. Over with discussion. Bro, that shit was the best line I ever came back with. I ain't gonna lie. That was a good one, bro.
You holding on to that one, huh?
Yeah.
That's your claim to fame, isn't it?
Nah, but Frank will tell you about it a few times.
Stupid.
Shout out, bro.
Hey, so as we wrap up, man, we get to that point. Unless there's something else you want to say about horror movies and scary movies.
Nah. No.
Okay, so you sent me over that little video earlier. I thought it was interesting. Basically announcing that Shaq and AI are teaming up with Reebok, relaunching Shaq's line of shoes, or a Shaq line of shoes. You had a great mailbag question for us today.
Yeah, with this being said, obviously Shaq had his, his run at shoes.
And shout out to that too, because he got signed by Reebok originally. Said, yo, his mom's was like, the shoes are too fucking expensive, Shaq. Dumbass. And then they started selling their shoes at Kmart, excuse me. You know why I call it Kmart?
Nah.
Because everything you buy from there done came apart.
Yeah, no, for sure.
But started selling his shoes at Kmart at an affordable price. So shout out to Shaq for doing that, taking, that L. Look at these jackasses.
That's kind of where he should have put them, though, really. You know what I mean? Because they were whack, bro. Like, it was like the...
You wasn't dunking on motherfuckers with those?
Nah, bro.
You couldn't dunk on motherfuckers except for donuts, huh?
Shit. Put me in a pair of Jordans or put me in a pair of foam posits and I'm flying.
So I bet you was a dude that used to get the... Let me pump up real quick.
Oh, have you ever seen the Super?
No, yeah. with Pesci?
Yeah, I was the Super, bro.
Fucking love that movie, bro.
Living live and direct. No, but my question for you is, AI had his run. Shaq had his run at shoes. Who, not named Jordan, put out the best shoe by an athlete ever?
I'll tell you what, man. These days, I'm very partial to the New Balances and the Air Monarchs from Nike, the dad shoes. That shits are legit, dog.
This fool just tried to fucking hit me with my grandma's Tempur-Pedic Dr. Scholl's bullshit. Get the fuck out of here.
But I have to say, bro, I'm a sucker for some old school shell-toe Adidas. I know there wasn't no athlete that necessarily put those out. The old Chuck Taylors, those are dope. Can't forget about them Air Force Ones. Mm-hmm. But my favorite from an athlete not named Michael has to be them old Air Penny 5s. The bright ass orange Penny 5s.
Yeah, no, the pennies were dope.
Probably the most comfortable shoe I've ever fucking owned.
Honestly, there was a lot of shoes that I really liked that weren't Jordans. I'm a big Jordan fan.
Yep.
I had the Kobe's, the moon boot version, and then I had the later on Adidas, just regular Adidas version. But my all-time favorite athlete shoe of all time is the original Ken Griffey Jr.
Oh.
Those were hard, bro, back in the day. Like the color scheme, everything to go with those were just fire. The Nike swoosh on them, and I also like the Nike up tempos, the Scottie Pippens. Those are hard too.
Yeah.
They have some slides they just came out with. Forget about it.
Let me ask you a question.
What's up?
Another mailbag question. If Ken Griffey Jr. doesn't get injured in Cincinnati the number of times that he did, is he the all-time home run king, and is he go down as the greatest baseball player to ever live? That's the kid. And
that's kind of hard. It's kind of a cheat one because I think anybody from our generation, Ken Griffey was kind of like a Jordan or like a Kobe. Like
you talk about Coach Prime bringing swag to college football and being game changing.
Yeah,
he was that dude.
He was the dude.
Backwards hat.
Yeah.
Like and he moved. He went to Cincinnati.
Young Dom answers yes easily.
He went to Cincinnati, bro, and lost about 3 years.
Yeah, young Dom
to injury.
Young Dom says yes. Old Dom says it would have been tough.
It would have been tough, bro. I think Bond still puts up the numbers because, whether or not you consider the juice or whatever, Griffey's never had any suspicion on that kind of stuff. He has and had the sweetest swing in baseball.
Oh,
Bar none. The sweetest swing? No pause there.
That was a little pause the way you said it. I ain't gonna lie.
No,
You
dude.
can watch it back on film. We got it live in 4K.
That's
baby.
being phobic.
Whoa, now you're just.
That's being phobic. But no, it's just interesting because you think about athletes, like you think about the greatest athletes to get robbed from time because of injury. You know, you think about Bo Jackson.
That's another dope shoe, by the way.
Bo knows shoes.
Bo knows Bo.
Bo, dude.
Bo is probably the best athlete to ever play sports. And I'm not just saying that as a Raider fan.
I would like to have been able to go back and see, and I'm sure we can watch old film of like Jesse Owens. We can watch old film of Jim Brown because them dudes was pretty athletic too.
But did they dominate like he did in multiple sports?
Jesse Owens did.
Not like Bo.
Man, you go pull up Jesse Owens.
No, I'm not beast, but Bo, bro, is
Jesse Owens did it in a different time too.
He was different. Bo was definitely different because he did it like just effortlessly.
What about Coach Prime? I know he wasn't an all-star in both, but I mean, Coach Prime played in an NFL game or in a World Series game in the NFL game in like the same freaking day.
But he didn't break a bat and run up a ball. Who broke a bat and ran up the fucking outfield wall? Who has done that in Major League Baseball?
I think Bo Jackson's more impressive
sight to see
stats are his ability to actually fucking hit the baseball.
Yeah, but how many players in the history have done those things that I mentioned?
In baseball, I'm sure there's a lot of kids that broke bats. Go find out if Griffey ran through the fucking wall. He ran through the fucking wall.
So did Bo when we were playing Seattle. He ran right to the locker room because they couldn't stop him. No, I think there's a debate. There's a lot of athletes. You could put Whitman in there too and say they're the best athletes of all time. So that's a long conversation. Maybe another mail.
It just sucks, bro, because you know what, man? That would have been great to see them guys.
It would have.
But you're right, bro. Another time, another mailbag question.
Just imagine seeing him and Marcus Allen together. Like, for real.
Talk about rich getting richer, boy. They didn't deserve that shit. But Dom, it's about that time, bro. That time that we do that thing that we do and check out. So before we check out, what's wrong, man? What's wrong? Why you look at me like that for?
How dare you?
What'd I say?
You know what you said.
What'd I say?
They didn't deserve it.
They didn't deserve that. Yo, shout outs to Inkless Laser, Icon Sales and Boxing, Anytime Flood Restoration, Zach G and the Play Harder Podcast, Rebel Promotions, Black Sevens, Janice's Catering, Lash All Beauty, Cutthroat Barbers and Anglers, The Canyon Fly Shop, Colorado Wolfpack Football.
Yay. And we're going to play harder this weekend, baby.
Special shout out, DNASportsDenver.com. Make sure y'all go over there. Don't forget about what we got going on now. Go over there, check the website, schedule yourself a training session, but also hit up DNASportsDenver.com/AskDNA. Share with us your nightmare tattoo stories. Show us a picture of your nightmare tattoo. Enter yourself in the drawing to win a $100 gift card towards tattoo removal, courtesy of Inkless Laser Tattoo Removal.
But you can't do it unless you also go to our YouTube channel, like, comment, and subscribe on one of our videos. Go to our social media, start to follow us, say what's up, go to Inkless' social media and do the same thing, and then you might have a chance.
Man. For my brother Dom,
hey,
I'm out.
It's been another one.
We out this motherfucker.
Yeah.
Peace.